there's crime everywhere, and I think like this is a political prosecution. It has to be, right? Like that's the only way it could be happening right now is if they're going after him politically. The only other option is that Donald Trump lost by 7 million votes and is a loser who can't deal with the fact that he lost the election because he based his whole personality on being a winner and calling people losers. So
you think his attitude, his approach, his personality is what
is what got us in this mess in the first place, potentially? Or I'm just going to choose to believe that the election was stolen and everything that he says, because I kind of like base my whole personality on supporting Donald Trump. So I'm not going to maybe accept the option.
Ben, it was a bit of a masterclass in posing as a Trump supporter, but then also giving some glimpses of reality in the middle of the answer. The reporter was like, wait a second, who is this? It's like there was a change in the brain and he's still trying to figure out who this guy is. There was more, but that was definitely the best part about this.
It's incredible. These good liars dudes make me miss my days doing the guerrilla warfare comedy out in the streets. It's just so good. And it perfectly illustrates how stupid and how just obtuse these Trump supporters are. The dude in the MAGA hat, the kid clearly recognizes him from the good liars. So he knows this is two dudes that go and troll Trump supporters everywhere around the world. And he's excited to meet them and sits there nodding as though this is possibly going to go well for him. And then Selvig turns around and to the kid's face and says, or dress like him and make my whole identity based on this loser. Oops. And the kid's like, yeah, love it. The lack of self-awareness is just mind-bogglingly beautiful.
I mean, there has to be some original thought. You have to have a process where you have a belief system that isn't dictated to you, but that's what we get as the result. So the supporter was a little bit confused, but I think he started figuring out once Selvig started talking about this crime wave, which you saw as the chyron there at the bottom on this network. And at the end, he noticed. Let's watch that part.
You live in the city.
I live in the city, yeah.
So how's the city changed over the last couple of years here? I mean, I know crime, but I don't live here, so I can't judge whether or not it's gone up or down.
Yeah, the New York City, I think, is maybe 59th in crime right now. I think there's 4 cities in Indiana that have more crime statistically than New York does. Yeah, exactly. So I haven't really noticed a lot of crime, but I do see it on Fox News. They say it's much more dangerous now. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any more crime. So like maybe it might not be true, but I'm going to choose to believe that it is true because I did see that on Fox News.
Yeah, of course, because whatever you see on Fox News is true, right? Yeah. Well, and just like CNN and MSNBC, if you see it on cable news, it's got to be true.
Donald Trump said CNN and MSNBC are fake news.
Okay. That's right. We got to use the fake news.
You have to notice the reporter then, there's still the battle between the right-wing networks, the RSBNs and the Newsmaxes and used to be the OANs versus Fox News. So there was still some division there. And I think that's when he finally figured out this guy is playing me. Actually, maybe he didn't. I don't know if maybe I'm reading this wrong, Ben.
Wait, is OAN done, or are they just off cable?
It's just off of, I think, DirecTV maybe. And I'm not sure where else they've been,
It's a good step. I think the guy knew that he was messing with him, but he was just like the MAGA hat guy. He's just starstruck. He's happy to be with anybody with more followers and more of a successful reach than this dude's fledgling network. And so he wants to play along, even if he throws his own mistaken and false and misleading beliefs under the bus. People like someone that's recognizable.
It sucks because at that point you're already in it. What are you gonna do? Bail out and be like, this guy's a fake? Because then it makes the whole process look like you chose a fake guy and now you didn't do your thing right. But that's what sucks about being ambushed in a way like that. But
like for example, I work for Rep. George Santos also. I just don't mention that publicly.
By the way, the guy who did is the one who's advocating for prisons to be behind, to be filled with more people because New York has empty prisons. Let's go to this next.
New York's crime is down, for the record. Crime is down and murder is down under the current mayor. So just if statistics don't matter at all.
It's weird how those things work. Truth and all that end up being woke